intro.
Whenever I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
What's up, everybody? The Gritty Gamblers are back. How we doing, everybody? What's
How
up,
we doing?
Matt?
How
How
we
you
doing?
doing?
Doing good, parlay. Doing good. How you doing? You doing good?
I'm a Braves fan, so no, and I didn't get the bet in. But what bet did you
Speaking
get?
of that, I did get the bet in. Phillies plus 1.5. Trey Turner to get a hit. Too late to bet on it now, in my opinion. Trey already got that hit, so you'd be wanting to bet on him to get 2 hits at that point because of the odds. As well as the Phillies are already up 1-0, so they're looking to already cover that spread. The sharps were on them heavy again just because it's going to be Wheeler going against Max Fried. Max Fried is a phenomenal pitcher, but he's coming off that finger blister, and it's going to they've just been talking about it all game. I got to watch a little bit, before the game started, before we got on this podcast, and yeah, they already were bringing it up to where he can't wear a bandage, and even in the inter squad image when he pitched in the first inning, he wore a bandage afterwards. So I thought the Phillies were going to be kind of free on their spread today. We'll see how the game goes. I mean, they still have eight and a half innings to play, but Wheeler has full rest. Wheeler's going to be able to play really good versus this lineup. The other pick I had in that parlay was Corbin Carroll to get a hit versus the Dodgers today, as well as the Diamondbacks to win money line. So I kind of took up the dog in that. I know it's crazy to say the Dodgers are going to go down 2-0, but you're looking at it, they're going to have Brad Miller going out there, who's a pretty good pitcher, yes, but Zach Gallen is the ace for the Diamondbacks, and he hasn't had as many of that great starts versus the Dodgers. But when you look at the momentum, and that's a real thing in the playoffs, I really think the Diamondbacks after game one and the pitching problems that the Dodgers had in terms of their rotation, that the Diamondbacks were able to win that game. And if they do, it's going to be almost all she wrote for that series. But, yeah, that's my baseball bet. What were you looking at in terms of baseball? Was there anything else you were looking at?
I was probably going to do the over and Philly to win, but now I might just do the over. It's still at 8.5. What do you think about that?
Not bad at all. I mean, it depends on – I know right now Philly – we'll see how Realmuto does right here and if he gets anyone on base. Alec Bohm batted in Trey Turner to get that first run in. Then they got Harper out. I almost took Harper for hits, but I was looking at it. I realized Fried was on the mound and Fried's a lefty and Trey.
Yeah, I mean, 8.5 and 8 is like the same thing. I mean, you can't really.
The only thing you got to worry about is that push.
I mean, it is what it is.
But yeah, let's get into the football weekend for what we just went through. Overall for college football, I think we had a pretty decent weekend.
6-2 on the lineup.
The lineup had a great weekend, but overall for what we were talking about on the show last week, couple misses. That Missouri spread, it jammed so hard just because Brady Cook threw a pick six in the last 30 seconds. There's nothing else to say, to be honest. They would have covered if that didn't happen. So, I mean, that's kind of a what can you do situation. The keys that I maybe think we did great on was, we told you Arizona spread was going to be free. You didn't have to sweat it at all. 20 plus points. You were chilling if you bet Arizona spread.
And if you did like me and parlayed with Arizona State for the Arizona Rising Sun parlay of the year, the century, I mean, you'd have been fine.
You probably were sweating a little bit towards the end of that game.
No, I fell asleep, Arizona State.
Oh, okay. You got your nap in.
It was plus 21.
Oh, I didn't know if you took the spread.
Not Arizona State, Arizona.
Yeah, no, I was talking about Arizona State. It was like a 3-point spread, and they won. They lost by 3. That's what I meant.
But Arizona, they covered easily.
Oh, yeah, Arizona did, yeah. No, the key miss for me.
And Arizona State did too. Arizona State covered easily, my boy.
The key miss for me was Washington State. I can't lie because I didn't tell you, but I was on Bama. I took Bama last second, and I would have.
I was not on that anywhere near.
I know I'm banging the table right now, but it's just frustrating because Latu for UCLA just dominated that game, and they couldn't do anything on the Washington State front on offense. Cam Ward looked like a mid-major quarterback, to be quite honest with you. He didn't look that good at all.
Yeah, you never know what UCLA is going to do.
Their defense showed up.
I mean, their defense showed up versus Utah too, but their offense stinks. versus Utah, but not last week. But I mean, I don't know, man.
Yo, the Phillies got bases loaded right now.
Hey, over.
You keep talking about the over. I was a quick segue. I know we're kind of scatterbrained, but the over is kind of key. I'm liking the over in that Raiders game tonight, actually.
In which game?
The Raiders game tonight.
I'm on baseball right now. I was gonna do the under in Arizona Dodgers,
See, that makes sense. Only reason I can't.
and I was gonna parlay it with +1.5 if it would let me for Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that would be a really good play. It should let you. That's the same. That's usually the same game. But
Sometimes it doesn't let you on the plus. Let me check it.
depending on what app you
Because
use,
it's weird. If it,
depending on the app you use. I know FanDuel lets you do it because I was able to do it yesterday.
yeah, but I don't use FanDuel.
No. I was just saying. I said it depends on which one you use. But
Sky High Wagers.
Sky High Wagers.
But yeah, I'm looking at straight. It's on straight right now, my bad. But last week we did pretty good, especially the.
Hey, I got to give a quick shout out because we were talking about them more on Against All Odds on Saturday. But I got to shout out Georgia. They pretty much covered all my misses that I had in the evening. I mean, in the morning, in the midday, with especially that Texas game.
Georgia was on the lineup.
For example, Texas, you got it. I'm not gonna lie, you had that game right. I got it wrong.
Yeah,
I'll say that you got it right. However, Georgia, I doubled down on them with a straight and in a parlay. And I saw a quote that someone said that they brought Kentucky in their house and locked the door. They didn't let them out.
They didn't let them out. That's for
And
damn.
I watched that game, and I don't care what you say, man. Carson Beck looked elite in that game. You can't lie. Because he wasn't just throwing to Brock Bowers. He wasn't. He was, but like that number one on Georgia, he was making contested catches, great throws, off great throws. Like,
won't let me do the +1.5.
Okay, interesting. I took their money line. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Arizona?
Yeah, I did.
I don't know. It's close.
Freed survived. The bases loaded.
Braves, it says they have the -1.5, but they don't have the money line. I see. That's why I don't touch baseball like that. Really,
They didn't earlier.
they did. They do now. When I went back and looked at it,
I don't know. Oh, you can't look at it now. It's live, but
I can.
oh, okay. What does it say?
It's just what it was. 1 second. You just gotta go all the way to the bottom. The money line was 48.57 Philly. The spread is 48.36 Philly. I never know when it's like that.
It depends, honestly. I think Wheeler's gonna ball out today. You'll see.
You like the D-backs to win straight up?
I took that's with Zach Allen today. Yeah, just because the Dodgers put out their best pitcher in Kershaw. He got shelled the other day. Yeah,
Who's B. Miller?
Brad Miller. That's their pitcher tonight. He's
Three-
going
3.76 ERA.
He's one of their better arms. I can't lie to you, but and he's
Is that the orange head kid or
no. That's Dustin.
it doesn't
May.
have the pictures? That's why I don't know.
That's Dustin May. You're thinking of Dustin May, but I don't
Hey,
even
Miller.
think he's healthy. But what is it? No, the Brad Miller is a decent pitcher. But if you look at it,
Bobby
yeah,
Miller?
Is it Bobby Miller's his name? I keep saying Brad Miller. No, yeah, Bobby Miller. Yeah, I'm thinking of their closer. My bad.
He's some white dude.
But yeah, it's so hard because the Dodgers do hit well against Gallen. I can't lie to you, but at the same time, we have more film on Arizona in the playoffs, and their rotation's been playing bonkers this year. Like they're not their starters, but like and Gallen looked decent versus the Brewers. He did. I mean, he's an all-star pitcher. He just hasn't played the Dodgers that much, and when he has this year, it hasn't been great. That's the only thing. But he's one of the better pitchers in the whole league.
Yeah, it looks like he's a good pitcher. I need to read an article or two.
Like he went 17-9 this year. And he went 6th in Ks, 12th in WHIP. He had 16th ERA. Like he had a good year for sure. The one thing that saves the Diamondbacks is that they didn't really have to play they played their starters, yes, but for example, like let me go back. Let me look at the game the other night. Yeah, Merrill Kelly got the start last night. He didn't have to play in the Brewers series. So they got to go straight back to Gallen for game 2. So this is a huge game. The Dodgers need it, but the Diamondbacks put Gallen out there for a reason. They put their best overall pitcher on their team. So that's what I kind of also the money was leaning towards the Diamondbacks. I didn't even bring that part up. Obviously the money's leaning toward the Diamondbacks. But at least at the time I was looking at it.
17-15 right now.
So it's flipped a little bit. Okay.
Was it close when you were looking at it?
It was the other way around a little bit. I'll tell you this, the public are all over the Dodgers.
Yeah, I can tell that, but they got a little bit of it backing.
Something to think about. While you're looking at that, I gotta get the fit on because I'm wearing the jersey. I gotta start. The NHL does start tomorrow. Okay, I understand. You finally got the Colts jersey on. You finally got the Colts jersey on.
3-2.
We're gonna get to them later. We're gonna cover it in our NFL game reviews. We'll get to that later. But just to get into the NHL real quick, while you're still looking at some of your baseball plays, the NHL does start tomorrow. I already have a bet in and a line to watch, which I'd probably bet on depending on if you guys want to watch the money. Of course, all our peoples. We're not the only one that watch SARP bettors here, people. We know our fans watch too.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that, I also am watching the Penguin spread tomorrow at home, as well as one thing about hockey is they always like to mess with the betting in terms of one of the most free bets last year were the player to score a point, which is a goal or an assist, obviously. And they always like to mess with the lines and even try and take them off. Like you have to wait until like live 50 to an hour before to bet that. And looking at it, the Penguins had an addition of one of the best scoring, if not the best scoring. Honestly, he won the Norris Trophy last year as the best defenseman in Erik Karlsson going to play with Sid the Kid and all the players that the Penguins have compared to what he was playing with in San Jose. I definitely think Karlsson over 1 point is definitely something to watch tomorrow night. If his line's at 1.5, that's something you're going to want to stay at and probably avoid just because you want to watch more tape on Karlsson because it's the first game of the season to see how he interacts. But if his line is at 0.5, definitely take it. Besides that, Connor Bedard, I probably wouldn't bet on him just yet for his lines on his points just because I'd want to watch some film on him. He's a rookie. It's his first game against NHL adult players. So that's something you'd want to watch out for. On Vegas, players, prop lines you want to watch out for is Jack Eichel over 0.5 points if it's available, as well as Jonathan Marchessault over 0.5 points if it's available for the Vegas and Kraken game on tomorrow night as well. I would stay off the Lightning game just to see how their goaltender situation is. That's less. I'm not even going to say his name. I mess it up right now. The Big Cat 88, he's out for Tampa. And the Predators they're not great, but they're a scrappy team who have a pretty good defensive system in terms of, well, not a good defensive. They hit. Let me just say that. They hit. And that's why, the Lightning should still win that game with all the firepower that they have. But you'd want to still see how they play with Big Cat in goal because he's such a difference maker as one of the best keepers in the league. But yeah, that's my quick preview for Tuesday's hockey tomorrow since we won't have a show in between. I'm not going to preview Wednesdays, and then of course we'll be here Thursday. But Tuesday for opening night, those are the quick things I'm looking at. The main game I'm watching is that Penguins game. I really do like the spread chance. The Blackhawks, they picked first last year for a reason. I expect the Penguins to probably play well, and the Sharps were on them when I was looking at it earlier too. So it was looking like a good overall bet. But yeah, that's just Costa's Hockey Corner. I wanted to get it in while I had the jersey on because the NHL does start tomorrow.
Yep, and touche. I know nothing about hockey. So.
I just wanted to get it in. Because to be honest with you, one thing you'll find out is, as a bettor, in 2021, towards the second half from it was either the All-Star break or a little bit before that, I had almost an 80% betting accuracy on NHL. Like I was lights out towards the second half of that year, and then the following year throughout the whole season, I won about 71% towards 69% on average. I had a really good year in terms of betting in hockey. Last year, I had not as good of a year. I was down towards about 58 to about 62%. But what the reason why I was as down is because I was more hitting on the NBA, which we will start covering probably in a couple weeks or soon. Basketball is going to be here, and basketball is really, really free at times, to be honest with you. But yeah, NHL and basketball are going to be starting up. Those are more bread and butter sports. They're not going to be the same as football, but they're bread and butter sports. They're sports that you're going to want to look at constantly because you're going to have really good betting lines on them.
So, speaking of betting lines, you like the Diamondbacks? You like the Diamondbacks?
I already threw on it. I have a bet on it. Yeah, I already have a money on it. Yeah, I mean, I have money on it with this game.
Definitely make the parlay
I'll tell
better.
you about Wheeler, bro. Hold on, let me see this. Did he actually strike out all three? Wheeler just won Acuna.
Plus 700.
What is?
The over tonight, Green Bay Packers, Diamondbacks money line, and under Diamondbacks Dodgers.
Because you checked the money on that over, right?
And you know what I'm gonna do?
Mm.
I'm gonna teach y'all what a hedge is tonight.
Ooh, show them parlay, because me and you, they don't know what we've been doing on the side. I see what you be doing. Hey, remember a couple episodes back when we brought up the Notre Dame Duke bet? Notre Dame Duke bet. That was a hedge, right?
Notre Dame Duke. Yep, that was a hedge.
Exactly. So you'll break that down more in a second here. Well, I just want to give a quick shout out to Notre Dame for selling. Thank you, Sam Hartman, for always sucking versus Louisville. You can hit the under for me. Appreciate you. It was sweat. It was pretty close. That was part of the bet I had with Georgia, as well as Colorado money line. So I went against you on that, but we both hit. Shout out, Shadur. You're flexing your wrist versus Arizona State, but I digress.
Yeah, I wouldn't have did that.
Hey, I mean, it came through in the end.
I mean,
I took
maybe
money
it
line.
was the kicker, but like, I could see the kicker doing it, but not the quarterback who should be blowing this team out. But.
He's supposed to be a first-round pick either this year or next year potentially, if he's playing like that. But no, yeah.
155. That's a lot of juice, though.
Absolutely.
So I might not hedge.
Right now, what I'm gonna do is, while I'm looking at it, is double check. Let me see.
What's yours looking at?
I wanted to double check the over on the Packers Raiders, and it's 66.89.
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, I wanted to take. I was looking at it. I was looking at past games for both of them. I think the reason why the over is gonna hit is because the Packers almost always go over.
Yeah, what's the money line on D-backs right now for you?
When I took them, because I already grabbed it earlier before we even we started the show.
Yeah, but what is it right now?
I'm pulling it up on right now. Oh, you mean updated betting lines? Let me pull it up.
Yeah, what's the money looking like on your app? Whatever you use.
That's what I'm checking right now. Give me a second. For the money line?
Yeah.
Money line's 15-12, but spread's 19-21.
Yeah, everyone's. I'm gonna just do the over too.
A lot of people are on the over in this game, though. I'll tell you that.
Not in the NFL.
Well, yeah, that too, of course. But
sorry, I'm switching back. I'm gonna just take the over.
The Sparks are on the under in the Arizona game. It's 41-59 when I was looking at it.
What time does that game start? 8:15. Yeah, I'm gonna wait
for the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already threw it straight on just that part on the over. Let predict that like 45.5 or something like that, 40 something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the over 45.
Yeah, I threw on that. And then so the bets I have in right now are gonna be I have Trey Turner to record a hit, and then the Phillies plus 1.5 with Corbin Carroll and Dodgers. I mean, and Diamondbacks money line. That's sitting at 5. Oh, it was originally at 440, so 404 plus 444. But then with the odds boost I had, because FanDuel, they love throwing odds boost. I got it at
What's
plus
this? What's this? Our first random comment that makes no sense.
And then I already have the over for tonight. Yeah, I have the over at 45.5. And then I did throw on that Penguin spread. So those are the bets I have in right now.
Yeah, I gotta start betting more straight bets, I think.
Yeah. Right now, it's the market, to be honest with you.
Just cause, yeah, exactly.
I got pretty burned by some of them.
Parlays end up beating you up, and you gotta go get one to just cover at the end with 2-1 or something.
That's what happened to me on Saturday, and it wasn't fun. So, especially because I got burned by baseball yesterday. I was so close to hitting. You want me to tell you the ticket I missed yesterday? This was painful. I had to bring this up. I had Rangers money line versus the Orioles. I had Twins plus 1.5. They won. I had the under 7.5, bro. It was 6-2. It was 8 runs, 7.5. I mean, I missed by 0.5. I was sick.
Yeah, that reminds me of the other night. What was that over? The under in Oklahoma, Texas.
Oh my!
It's by 2 points because I bought up 2 and then it missed. Yeah, bro.
And it's so bad.
All they had to do was just sit where they were. They covered Texas.
All they had to do was play coverage.
They just
Texas. All I'm gonna say is I gotta throw it up because I know we were in some spaces with some Longhorn fans and some Sooner fans, but they sold horns down. Where's the camera? Horns down. You gotta throw it down. Horns down. Like it's ridiculous how y'all sell that game. Quinn Ewers is a bum for the first. He was a bum in the first. I don't care if people say he threw 6 incompletions. Yeah, he threw 2 picks and cost you all the game. If you're going to say the second pick was tipped, stop throwing hospital balls. I was pointing this out on Twitter during that game. Him and Gabriel were throwing some of their boys some hospital balls.
Hey, speaking of Dylan Gabriel, I like his sleeve, bro. I don't like the clouds at the end, but I like the Polynesian Hawaiian tattoo.
Hey, man, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I can't lie. Gabriel showed out at the end of that game. And he had 100 yards on the ground. I got to give him credit.
I might start taking first quarter unders.
Interesting. You would probably got burned in that game, I think.
Nah, it was 7-7 in the first quarter.
What was the spread for the first quarter?
Dude, it would have to been like 14.5.
So you better hit or push, maybe, because the over under was 60.5 flat.
I had 62 and I bought it 6. I had 62, yeah, 62.5, something like that.
So that's when you bought up. Yeah, so you bought up 2 points from 60.5, exactly. Because I had just the normal under at 60.5.
Yeah, that's why I missed by 2.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, the Phillies already got somebody on base. Schwarber's already up the bat, and he still has to see Trey Turner in this bat around.
Yes, I already knew the Braves were going to lose today. But it is what it is. Bama keeps winning. Bama looks really good.
Bama's player. Yo, I got to get this in. I know we didn't even bet on them. I know we didn't bring it up, but Mario Cristobal's job should almost be called for with what happened at Miami over the weekend. You saw that, You saw what happened at the end of that game, Parlay?
Yeah, I was in some spaces, and I've seen the videos.
You know what the funniest part to me was? That kid, the line
cover versus UNC.
You know UNC's been the betting wagon this year in terms of covering. What's their spread cover? It should be really good.
Everyone's going to be on them, just like Oregon.
Is everybody going to be on Oregon versus Washington today?
Everyone's already on Oregon.
Isn't the game in Seattle?
And only 3 points.
You want me to tell you? You know how we were talking about the Arizona game and how they guarded Washington and they played them really hard? You want me to tell you how they guarded them and how they played defense?
This is the first domino falling in the pack. Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Oregon loses, but Oregon beats USC.
Yeah. USC doesn't have the defense.
But USC beats Washington.
That's the question. That's
a statement.
No. That's the question.
I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen.
I don't think USC is gonna. It's a matter of fact they're beating Washington, in my opinion.
No, it is. It's a matter of fact.
Washington actually has a defense, and USC
But
doesn't.
if Washington beats them and goes undefeated, then
They're going to the playoffs.
Is Heisman winner probably?
Potentially, yeah, for sure. And the people who put in them tickets, they're making money.
I put in mine at $4.50 last week.
Oh, so the odds change. You finally bought in because I remember when we first brought it up a few weeks ago, it wasn't that great of odds.
Nah, but I bought it. I had to.
One thing I wanted to bring up was because I was looking at it. Remember how Arizona covered when they played Washington? Do you know the type of defense they played in that game? They dropped 9 people in coverage. They put a safety on the 50. Say if Washington was on the 20, there was a safety 30 yards down the field. They played the ultimate respect. I mean, they weren't rushing the passer.
Well, speaking of Arizona, they've covered every week, and they're gonna cover again this week versus 1 second, let me pull it up. They got Arizona plays. Arizona plays where the hell? Oh, Washington State. Open at plus 10.5 at plus 8.5.
It's not looking like a bad at all. Where's the game at?
We'll get that money eventually.
Where's the game at? Is it in Washington State? Is it I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
You don't think so?
No.
Because Washington State got cooked down the road, but they look decent at home.
It's at home for Washington. But
Okay.
I don't think that'll matter, honestly. Way Washington State last couple.
They look bad.
They look too good.
Yeah, they look really. I can't lie to you. They looked horrible. Yeah. Looking into the NFL for the weekend. We told you. I mean, I know I did. I told you guys the 49ers had the Cowboys number. 49ers cooked them boys, served them a new skillet, gave them a new French fry, gave them a new haircut, whatever you want to say. They showed them boys who the real men were. That wasn't even a debate. That wasn't even a contest.
Hey, Houston covered again, but they did not win.
I told you they were going to cover.
I knew they weren't going to win though.
I told you they were going to cover 2.5. I told you, just barely, but they covered.
Colts covered easily.
Yeah, the Colts covered. One of the surprises for me of the day.
We got Minshew mania.
One of the surprises for me, surprisingly, I know we talked about in the spaces a little bit on Sunday. People brought it up, but I'm just surprised the Ravens sold that game the way they did. I mean, and the under hit, yeah, if the under was free that game, but just the way.
Oh, everybody was on Baltimore and the public was on Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I mean, the sharps were on Pittsburgh.
And it happened so late, but it was such a weird sell, man. It was so weird. Quick shout out to the Panthers. They always know how to not cover.
Yeah, they're done. I'm done.
Our poo-poo list?
Yep.
Poo-poo list, Panthers official.
Frank Wright.
Sorry. Oh, also, I got to tell you this. I know I'm about to get shelled with tomatoes by Parlay Joe. It's not Frank Wright's fault.
Yeah, it is. And on to the next poo-poo list.
No. For real. I thought about this. I have to say this. You got to answer me a simple question. If he's yes, then it's his fault. Is he in charge of personnel there? Which I don't think he is. He's not.
They drafted Bryce Young. It was him and the GM.
That's not. I'm not talking about because of Bryce Young, not the quarterback. I'm talking about as a team personnel. I don't think he's in charge of team personnel.
Bro, he gets those bum ass people like Adam Thielen. Yes, he does. He goes.
My point is,
like gets rid of
the
DJ
Panthers. This is coming from the owner, not just him. Tepper thought, and multiple people in the organization thought that they could go bargain buys and cheap and not actually have actual assets, as well as they don't even run. They don't have the right scheme fit for that defense that they had that was good already. They can rush the passer with a couple players, but they because of the changes and because of the bringing in, they don't have the scheme fit for those personnel. So it's a personnel issue in Carolina.
Bro,
It is.
dude, Frank Reich always starts off fucking terrible every fucking year, and now he doesn't have the same personnel like he does that with the Colts, and now the Colts roster looks pretty damn good, and he
Not even
can
about the Colts.
still not
No.
do anything.
Carolina doesn't have a Colts personnel problem. They have an NFL personnel problem
It's
compared to the rest of the league.
no, I'm saying that their roster and everything is terrible compared to just the Colts, and that's bad, bro. The Panthers are terrible. I'm in Charlotte, bro. I listen to the radio.
So you know it's a personnel issue then.
They want a different play caller. They're blaming right. It's play calling, bro.
I think it's personnel. We're watching the film, man. I think it's personnel.
It's play calling. It's been the
You
same.
can't call plays if you don't have the personnel for those plays.
He's been calling the same bullshit plays for 3 years, bro. It's him. It's him.
Do you think Bryce Young has the ability right now?
Well, Bryce Young looked a hell of a lot better last year, and he didn't have nobody on his fucking team. He had a shitty O-line like they do now, and he made shit happen. Bro, it's Frank Reich. He sucks. He
I
sucks.
don't know, man. I think it's personnel.
Same
You
reason why he doesn't have a Super Bowl win.
You can't talk trash about Adam Thielen, by the way. Adam Thielen's been balling. He's not one of the boys. There's other issues besides him. I was just talking about, for example.
Bro, that's an old cheap option. That's dumb.
Plus, I'll tell you this: they also have a lot of draft.
They go
picks.
into Walmart and getting their players instead of keeping guys and paying their guys like DJ Moore.
Who you saw what he did for my Commanders Thursday night?
He's good.
He went prime Randy on us. But besides that, the quick run around on the NFL. The Eagles covered. I did have the Eagles. The Chiefs did cover. I know the Sharps were on the Vikings to cover in that game.
Yeah, Vikings are on the poo-poo list too.
They're bad. They're very bad. The reason with the Vikings won,
Bad. They can't win all these one possession games,
they're
but
turning the ball over in the first half more than any team in the league. As well as with the Vikings, they're missing their best playmaker probably now with Justin Jefferson being injured. So they're on the definite poo-poo list for the time being, as well as the
this team
Broncos.
didn't learn how to kick field goals to cover, bro.
A couple of these teams that need to get put on the poo-poo list, the Giants and the Broncos, don't have a winnable game for a long time. It's not even going to be worth watching them to cover. The Giants had a chance, so many opportunities to cover in that Dolphins game. The Dolphins wanted to lose that game, and they still won by 15 because the Giants are so bad, and they let their quarterback get hurt. So, yeah, the Giants and Broncos are both on the poo-poo list.
I'm gonna write Giants until Saquon's back.
He's going to be back this week. I could care less. Bro, have you seen Wink Martindale's defense? I know they got a little bit on Tua.
We'll see. They got one more week. They got one more
They
week.
play the Bills this week, and then they play the Commanders. I'm not going to act like we're almighty, but they play the Bills this week with a pissed-off Josh Allen. They're getting annihilated.
We'll see.
I'll have to watch the money on it, obviously, but just football mind thinking. They're getting annihilated.
They got the money right now.
Right now, yeah, but we'll check on Thursday when we double back in. Oh, yeah, by the way, Pats fans, I know we have tons of Pats fans at Stadium Rant. Y'all in trouble, brother. I just want to give y'all sayonara, peace out, bye-bye, you're gone. No, yeah. I know you have beef with them because you're a Colts fan, but that's a different reason. I'm just saying, they gone.
Hey, 1 second. I'm gonna show you what a Pats fan is.
Hold on. Let Parlay come back.
All right. You see this ball right here? Let me turn the lights on. You see this? You see this football?
Uh-huh.
This is the only way Pats can win.
Because
If the football is deflated. Look at that. It's deflated. Can we get a good angle on that?
I know some of our stadium brothers and sisters are gonna come after you for this one, Parlay. But hey, I was just saying they gone. If we're talking personnel, the Patriots got some of the worst personnel in the league right now on the offensive side of the ball. As well as they don't have the quarter. If you're gonna have that
They
type
ain't
of
got a
personnel,
wide receiver to catch.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If they have the personnel they have now, you need an all-star talent at quarterback in order to carry that personnel. Instead,
Mac
they
Jones
have
needs
a
to be
game
surrounded by
manager at
talent.
quarterback. If Mac Jones was in the San Francisco system, he'd look a lot better than, say, in this system, obviously. But that's not where he is. So, and also, Brock Purdy's a much better talent than him right now, obviously, based off the eyes. And one's a 7th-round pick and one's a 1st-round pick, so that's kind of crazy.
Definitely.
But at the same time, Mac would look a lot better in the San Francisco system just because he's surrounded by talent in that type of system. He's not supposed to be the linchpin of all the talent. And
No, he's not. He's not. I was thinking this earlier. I was like, oh, I was wrong about the Patriots. Oh, man. And then now I'm just like,
look
bro,
for them to take someone like a
It's-
J.J. McCarthy, someone like
nah, bro, it's still not going to help anything because that person's still going to have a wide receiver.
but like
Look for them to take Marvin Harrison Jr. because they're going to be there. That's the spot they're going to be at.
You're right, and I think they're gonna try to take. But if they can get Drake May, like that's my point. You got to give up on Mac
Drake May is
Jones.
going 2.
But here's the thing: you have to understand.
Someone's trading up for Drake May.
A lot of them circumstances have either the Bears. I think the Bears at 1 and 2.
A lot of them have them at 1 and 2.
That's what I'm saying. The Bears at 1 and 2. That's what I said. Yeah.
But I still think the Texans will. They're not really winning games like that, but
Bro, they don't. Do they have their pick this year? It would be going to the Cardinals.
well, that's why I'm saying is the Cardinals are going to be there.
Okay, I mean, I will say the Texans are still going to have.
I think it would be
The Texans still have Cleveland's pick, so they're going to have like a decent draft.
Cardinals cover, but they don't win. So
No, yeah, the Cardinals aren't going to. No, yeah.
the Bears stink, though.
We gave them a stinker. Honestly, the Commanders that didn't show up at home. It happens. We're not a good team fully. I mean, we're a good team. We're not a great team yet, so we're gonna lay stinkers like that. It happens.
Trying to find all these Commander fans that were yelling at me during the offseason that they were going to be like Sam Howell was the chosen one and all this stuff.
I said we were gonna go 8-9 and maybe.
Because I heard some stuff that y'all was going to the Super Bowl, not by you, other people.
I'm gonna be real with you, Parlay.
Big arguments.
There's not 10. I can't tell. You have to agree with me on this. There's probably not 10 rosters in the NFL more talented than us.
Defense.
Think hard about the offensive positions. The only real assets we need are key.
Wide receivers are good, but you about to trade Scary Terry. You about to
No, we're
get
not.
Scary
We
Terry.
just paid him. We just paid him.
You about
Oh,
to
you're
send
rubbing
him
the
home.
Colts hat. Never mind. Stop it. I already
You
know.
about to send him home.
I already
You
know
gonna
where you're
send him
going. Yeah.
home.
I'm gonna be honest with
Send
you.
him
Parlay.
home
I'm be
to
honest.
Indiana.
You can do all this singing all you want. You know he is the captain of the team.
Captains can get traded, my guy,
You're not wrong, but we just paid him because of that.
but you're gonna want to get that off.
He's top 10 wide receiver money.
You're gonna want to get that off your cap in a year or two, anyways. So you might as well do it now.
Parlay Joe, you know how much cap space we have next year?
You're looking at it, yeah, but
Parlay Joe,
listen. You gotta listen. Your new ownership's looking at this like this. Like these aren't our guys. We'll keep some youngins, but we're gonna move on from certain couple people. We're
why would he be texting Terry McLaurin every other day? He has a relationship.
Because you're trying to keep him, bro. You're doing everything possible to keep him. Because
We just paid him. Of
Hey,
course we're
at
keeping him.
the end of the day, he's gonna want out, bro. Just like Chase Young, they're both coming in a 2-person
Oh,
trade.
he's getting franchise tagged, my guy.
Yeah, before they do that, they're gonna send him to us, and we're gonna pay him. And everything will be fine.
What's gonna happen?
We're getting Chase Young and Scary Terry. We're gonna pay Scary. We're gonna pay Michael Pittman Jr. We're gonna have the 2 highest paid wide receivers. We're gonna.
So parlay. You know
We're
what
gonna-
the Colts could also do? You know what the Colts could also do?
Bro,
They could draft a wide receiver.
Why are we gonna do that?
Because
We got 3 young ones. We don't need young ones. Proven guys, bro. Proven guys. And we're drafting
Pittman's your
corners.
proven
We're
guy.
drafting corners. We're drafting corners.
You do need corner help desperately. You probably eyeing Kalen King.
Linebackers.
You don't need linebackers.
Yes, we do, bro. Shaquille Leonard didn't even play last week.
EJ Speed.
And then what? Nothing. There's no depth there. No one knows anyone after that. No one.
Are you surprised I know them? I'm kidding.
No, because EJ Speed's in the thing. It's EJ and Zaire Franklin. That's who starts. That's it. No one knows anyone
Did
else.
Shaq Leonard even play?
No, he didn't play last week. People are freaking out.
Is he injured?
Yeah.
Is he always injured?
Not always. Not the first 2 years.
No, I just mean in the past.
And not the last year Deshaun was on the Texans.
I just meant the past couple years.
We won both those games because that man can't handle
Anyways,
it.
enough about your fantasy. I'm gonna tell you this. The truth is,
And the Lakers are gonna win the
all right, now you're getting all your fantasies off. Fair enough. But here's the real. The Commanders have about, if I'm not mistaken, a chance to have like right now they're sitting at like almost $85 million in free room next year.
y'all
So
gonna
it's not
lose a lot of guys, man.
We're not though. We're gonna pay Sweat, and we're gonna franchise tag fucking probably Chase Young most likely. The way they're playing, we're paying Sweat. Don't get it wrong. We're paying Sweat.
And you're gonna lose Chase Young.
We have a franchise. He's getting franchise tagged,
Yeah, nobody wants to be on one of those.
bro. He
Now-
was gonna be on a 5th-year
Second
option.
he
for a
tagging
franchise
is the
tag.
second he's gonna get pissed off. He's gonna be like, "Oh, bro, these
He's
dudes
gonna
don't
be
like
on a
me no
franchise
more.
tag or a
They
5th-year
don't like
option. It's one or
They
the
don't
other.
like
bro.
me no more.
We already
They
turned
don't
down
like
his
me
5th-year
no more."
option, so he's gonna be on a franchise tag.
But he's an NFL player. The second he gets tagged, he can call, "They don't like me. I'm gonna unfollow them so that they pay me."
It's not his turn to get paid yet. It is what it is. He got to wait a year. Anyways, also, I'll say this: if y'all want to trade for him, y'all can give assets up. But yeah, no.
We got the best GM. We already know how to do this.
Yeah,
We can
no,
get the
you-
Forrest
yeah,
Buckner with one pick. Then yeah, we
yeah,
got
$42 million to a running back while his backup ran for 170.
he was a starter.
Before this year, before the season.
Technically, yeah, because he was a starter at the end of last year.
All right, let me rephrase this. For another team before this year, after y'all picked him up because Buffalo cut him.
They didn't cut him; they traded him to us for
Let me
Naheem
rephrase this. They were gonna cut him, and then they
because he was their
decided to get
starter.
assets out of
Devin
him.
Singletary sucked.
Devin
And
Singletary
Dalvin Cook
is a
sucked.
better running back than him. Dalvin Cook's not even on that
He's
team.
always in there, bro. I mean, whatever Dalvin Cook's brother's name
James
is.
Cook.
Yeah, James Cook. He sucks though.
I
He's a little bit better this year, but
was about to say, have you watched him this year?
hey, people say I was crazy when I say your Commanders are going to suck this year, and they suck. So,
Hey, you can't say no. We don't suck. We don't.
bro,
suck.
you lost to by 30 or 20 to the worst team in the league.
Hey man, you take lumps on the chin. The Cowboys lost to the Cardinals. You say they suck?
Yeah, Cowboys do suck.
Fair enough. I'll
You
give
see
you
them
that.
last week?
Hey, so you know what I was telling everybody? at the
They have a
beginning of the
Cowboy hat on.
Hey, I've been telling everybody this at the beginning of the season. That means you're going to have to agree with me now. The Eagles are a lock to win that division still.
Nah, bro. Giants coming back.
Oh, yeah. Parlay's having too much fun in Coltsville. Minshew Mania got you lit.
Giants coming back, bro.
Hey.
Minshew Mania.
So while we're here, what
I'm in a Colts chat. I changed it to Minshew Mania today. It was called Anthony Richardson season. No, and Minshew Mania now.
For like 2-3 weeks?
Good enough for me.
No. And then you're going to change it back to Anthony Richardson season, I'm assuming, right?
When we play
Y'all got Jacksonville this week. What you think about that game?
first game back for Gardner Minshew. What do they think about that game?
Where's that game at? It's in Jacksonville, right?
Yeah.
Now, they just had the Texans walk in there a couple weeks ago and do them up, so.
Bro, we're going to be able to do it. I believe.
So that's what I was about to ask. What do you want to take a look at right now? The upcoming college or NFL for this week? Like if I pull up college for this week, obviously we're looking to be watching that Oregon
Oh,
Washington line.
Auburn might cover. Arizona's gonna cover. Arizona's a
Auburn
definite.
has LSU. That might be an over game. LSU's gone over so much recently.
Yeah, but they're not gonna go over on Auburn.
Auburn doesn't have the offense to compete, probably.
Auburn got good defense. So the line opened at 16.5, and now it's down to 11.
Yeah, but to be honest with you,
They don't got the money, but I don't think that matters.
I'll tell you this.
They can get the
Auburn-
money on the money line.
Auburn might have a good defense, but I saw some out-of-body experience stuff from Jalen Daniels versus Missouri, bro. I know they have a trash defense, not that good at all, but
Well, if he becomes a Heisman winner, I'm just gonna let my article resurface and resurface and resurface over and over and over again.
hold up. Give me 1 second. I got to check something. Phillies up 3-zip.
And now we're back.
Phillies
to-
up 3-zip. Woo! JT Realmuto just hit a bomb.
And the weather today will be nice and sunny, partly cloudy, and a little bit of chance of
Braves fans.
what's
be-
up?
But no, yeah. You can't throw the U up, man.
It's not a U, it's a
I-
horseshoe, bro.
I know, but
Horseshoe.
for all my U
Listen to
fans,
me.
man.
It's a
For all
U.
the U fans, I'm sorry, brother. Y'all suck.
Yeah, y'all suck, but
Y'all don't know how to do victory formation. But yeah, no. Looking at some stuff for this upcoming week, ooh, that Ohio State spread versus Purdue is interesting. It's about 19.5. Something I'll watch later into the week when we come back on Thursday. Same thing with the Utah spread right now. I got to see if Cam Rising's playing this week. If Cam Rising's playing, that might be kind of a decent opportunity.
are you taking Green Bay this week tonight?
I couldn't pick. I didn't want to pick that game. If I was leaning Raiders this morning when I was looking at it. I don't know if the money flipped since, but I decided to stay off and just take the over.
I like it.
Couple other spots I'm looking at. I got to see the money for it. But what do you think about Texas A&M versus Tennessee?
Tennessee wins.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
And then a couple other games I'm looking at that are interesting spots are going to be probably Kansas versus Oklahoma State, especially if Jalen Daniels is back, because that line's at 3.5 right now. And I will say Kansas blew the brakes off UCF with Jason Bean. I was surprised. Blew the brakes off them. I mean, they still have Devin Neal at running back, so Kansas is still legit in that aspect.
You know what's funny about UCF?
Hmm.
Is that last week, or not last week, the week before, they had the big upset, right? They got upsetted, and then guess what they did on Monday? They extended their head coach.
Gus?
Yeah. He got an extension last week.
Yeah. I mean, he's recruiting decently over
He's
there.
lost 2 weeks in a row.
It's probably because he's recruiting well, and that's the only reason why. Big game. Huge. The 2 games were 3 games we're going to look at, potentially. Actually, 4 games, because Riley Leonard, surprisingly, I looked into the update on his leg, only a high ankle sprain. He's not going to play this week, obviously. Duke's still favored versus NC State right now. That's something to take a look at. As well as the big games for it looks like this evening are all at night, and there's actually quite a few good games. USC Notre Dame. Notre Dame's favored right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably I'll have to look at the money, but I'm probably taking USC in that game.
Hell no.
Hear me out. You're talking about a really mediocre offense in Notre Dame.
And a really good defense in Notre Dame.
Pretty good.
USC ain't seen
But
yet.
we just watched Louisville put 33 on them. Imagine what USC is going to do to them.
I think that was a random week.
They had their random week, bro. They
Look at Ohio State. They barely scored.
Ohio State also covered.
Bro, with like 3 seconds to go.
I mean, they covered, though. Cover's a cover.
You gonna yell at a 90-year-old man too?
I'm not Ryan Day. Relax. But
This
yeah.
guy.
So that's a really interesting spot. I mean, we're gonna check the money going into Thursday. We're definitely gonna talk about that game more on Thursday.
USC's got the money now, but they open a pick 'em, so
They open at Pick'em, yeah, and ND moved to minus 2.5
ready.
because of the Arizona result, probably in my opinion.
Looks like a rat.
Another game we're gonna be probably looking at is, you already brought it up a little bit earlier, but is North Carolina Miami. UNC has it at 3.5 right now. Let me see where they're playing. They're not playing at Hard Rock. I'm not gonna lie, Hard Rock's huge for them. It's ridiculous. You saw what they did for Texas A&M. Remember what you told me when they said that they didn't even let them do their chants?
Yeah, they ain't letting them do their chance. They had to go to Little Havana.
Yeah,
And,
like
when they don't
advantage
when they
real over
don't
there.
do enough chance and they go crazy and do way too much.
Like you saw what happened versus Alabama when Jermaine Burton was
Yeah, when they had blackface and like all this other stuff painted all over them, bro.
didn't stop from.
Nah, we
Jermaine
just gonna
Burton
say it.
almost-
Now we got the win. We just gonna say it. They had blackface, so
Hey, let me be real. It didn't stop Jermaine Burton from dropping $2 on them, man.
Hey.
$2 almost.
And I've heard so much hate on Jermaine Burton, and every single time I'm like, hey, this is still the guy who led the team in receiving yards last year.
And
When
clearly,
no one else would step up, Jermaine Burton was always right
And who
there.
was the key to Milroe's best performance as an Alabama quarterback?
Bam! One punch knock you out, Jermaine Burton.
He was the key because Milroe went for over
No, he hit that girl.
300, 3 tugs. And don't get me wrong, Isaiah Bond.
And if they want to double team him, Isaiah Bond's wide open. So
he was great. They have their go-to guys now officially, in my opinion. You got to go to Burton and Bond in the pass game, McClellan at the backfield. You got your formula now. I really feel a lot of momentum with this Bama team. If Bama wins out, Bama's one of the only teams, in my opinion, that can compete with Georgia right now and scare them.
bro, we'll beat them.
Talent-wise. I'm not even trying to say that because my man
Us
parlay is
and
a big.
Tennessee.
I really think they could compete.
Call
Now,
him the
one
shot.
team, there's
Calling
one,
the shot.
and don't call me crazy for this, and then don't also say I'm underselling it, but Michigan's legit this year, parlay.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
We'll see, but you know what you've seen Michigan's legit.
I took plus 2,000 Alabama to win the national championship today.
It's not a bad bet. I mean, a one-loss SEC team could definitely make it if some magic happens with some of these teams falling.
We don't even need anyone to fall. We beat the number one team in the country. We're in.
If you beat Georgia in the SEC championship, absolutely, because you're going to be in the SEC championship game now. You're going to be there,
All we got to do is beat LSU and we're in.
and
Georgia still has to beat Tennessee, though.
I'm not worried about it. I'm more worried about if I'm
I'm
Georgia.
worried about Tennessee.
I wouldn't be as worried. And then another couple games to look at would be Kentucky, Missouri. That's a decent game now, in my opinion, just because the offenses and the teams that are playing.
Well, it's like a mid-off from last week.
Yeah, but I mean, in my opinion, it's gonna be a rivalry game. We're gonna watch that line too.
Is it a rivalry game, or are we just making it into one? Because
we're making it into one.
We don't have enough.
And then let me ask. I didn't bring this up either. Oklahoma State and UCLA. So there's a couple lines to watch. You brought up Auburn, LSU. Those are some of the ranked matchups. We'll take a look probably at Louisville now. They're ranked top 15. Louisville has Pittsburgh too. That's not a bad spot. It might be an under spot. Louisville's been hitting a lot of unders recently.
Might be an uh-oh spot.
Might
Might be an uh-oh spot.
You think they're gonna lose to Pitt?
I didn't say it. I'm just saying it could be an uh-oh spot. We'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it. But that's mostly our coverage for the college games. And then just a quick cover for some of the NFL for this week coming up. I know they have another international game this week. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, London.
Yeah, we got Ravens and we got Titans
Goats and Patriots are going to Germany.
in a couple weeks.
Yes.
One game I'm gonna watch is the Vikings Bears. If the Vikings don't have Justin Jefferson, in my opinion, you gotta hammer the Bears.
Bears.
Take a look at the line more, but like Minnesota's one of those teams where they don't have a lot of talent, and he's like one of the best talents that they have. So if they don't have Jefferson, it's not like some of these other teams that they can just rinse and replace. A couple other lines to watch would be probably Josh McDaniels going to play having his former team, the Patriots, coming to town in Vegas. That's going to be a mid-off if there's anyone. Another thing I'll have to tell you is watching that Detroit Bucks line. Detroit's a real team this year, man. Detroit's winning the North. I mean,
Yeah, but
defense.
they got a hiccup eventually.
I think their hiccup was Seattle. That's my point. Like, that was their hiccup. I mean, they're not going to win out. I'm just obviously. But what I'm saying is, in these games that they should be favored, I think they're looking pretty good. They can play defense. They dominated the Panthers team without missing 2 of their top 5 skill players on offense. So it's like it's something to take a look at. A watch out spot for me would be the Eagles and the
They might
Jets.
win, but they ain't gonna cover.
It's like 3 points the spread right now. So the money line's going to be cheap enough to take it. Is my point.
Exactly.
So
Everyone's gonna be on it.
All right. Well, it's like I said, it's Monday. It's a line to watch. The Buffalo getting 2 tugs on Sunday Night Football is crazy, but the Giants suck, so that's nothing to watch. The Eagles is in a watch out spot for me because I know the Jets aren't that great, but they're going to compete on defense and keep it close and make it hard for Jalen Hurts to get his throws. But if Zach Wilson gets pummeled and Breece Hall gets pummeled, then it's not going to be close. Another Panthers line for us to watch too. The Panthers have the Dolphins and Tua.
Panthers are dead.
It might be they're on the poo-poo list, so that 2 tugs, the Dolphins might cover that. 2 tugs, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, not
That's
bad
a
at
lot.
all. They're giving Cincy -2.5 versus Seattle. That's a lot to watch, in my opinion. That's a weird line to me. Seattle should be favored in that game, in my opinion. That's overreaction to the Arizona game, in my opinion.
Bengals looked pretty good last week.
Yeah, but if you really look at it, it's because Jamar Chase was in man coverage so much they took advantage of it. You're playing a Seattle team that they also have a lot better secondary than the Cardinals. You're having Devin Witherspoon and who's a rookie, obviously, I know, but you're also gonna have Tariq Woolen on the outside too. So they have someone on the slot and someone on the outside who can at least touch him, hit him. You know what I mean? They're not gonna have the Cardinals depleted personnel group on defense. Like, no. So that's something. Oh, that's a huge line for me to watch, in my opinion.
Got anything else?
No. Like we said, Monday's usually the day we just watch lines. So, I covered the NHL for the week. We're just watching baseball, honestly, right now. I mean, the Phillies look pretty good. That +1.5 looks kind of free. They're up 3-0 right now. The Diamondbacks are going to be the key to tonight for the tickets. And then we're both on the over for tonight, if I'm not mistaken, for the Packers game and the Raiders game, right? Yep. So the main plays I think we're looking at for tonight, at least.
Great parlayed. Come on, Diamondbacks. Pull on through. Can somebody out there who's got like a lot of money bet the Diamondbacks for me, please? Thank you.
Please. That Sharp, show up for us, please.
Come on, man. You know you want to do it.
But that's all for me. Anything else from you, Parlay Joe?
Nah, hopefully this over hits in this game, and then
I'm mad we started right after the game started. I couldn't get that.
maybe the Braves come back. But
I really hope I'm really blown I didn't get that Trey Turner playoff for the Peoples.
I think it's time to bring me my money, if you know what I mean.
If you bring me my money.
After I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.